The deadly mix of recrimination, hate speech, and revenge killings that has developed relentlessly over the past 4.5 months seems to be reaching boiling point, and I have been increasingly concerned that neither South Sudan's political leaders nor the international community at large seem to perceive quite how dangerous the situation now is. Unfortunately, virtually everything I have seen or heard on this mission has reinforced the view that the country's leaders, instead of seizing their chance to steer their impoverished and war-battered young nation to stability and greater prosperity, have instead embarked on a personal power struggle that has brought their people to the verge of catastrophe. Current and future investigations will inevitably examine the extent to which political and military leaders either knew, should have known, or failed to take all necessary and reasonable measures to prevent war crimes and crimes against humanity committed by themselves or by subordinates under their effective authority and control. The conflict has meant that this planting season will almost certainly be missed, with devastating results on the country's food supplies. If famine does take hold later in the year, and the humanitarian agencies are deeply fearful that it will, responsibility for it will lie squarely with the country's leaders, who agreed to a cessation of hostilities in January and then failed to observe it themselves, while placing all the blame on each other. If in the very near future there is no peace deal, no accountability, no space to rebuild trust and promote reconciliation, and insufficient funds to cope with the looming humanitarian disaster, then I shudder to think where South Sudan is heading. After so many decades of conflict and economic neglect, the South Sudanese deserve better than this, especially from their own leaders.
There can be no peace without justice, and the current culture of impunity will only serve to undermine our efforts. We have learned this the hard way from events in Rwanda. To the survivors of the genocide, we owe a pledge to take all possible measures within our power to protect population from another Rwanda. There is no excuse for inaction.